Your lordship, a monstrous storm has broken out on Janus. Apocalyptic anomalies are tearing our augury world apart, and their epicenter is the corrupted sector. Something must be done before the whole colony is destroyed. We must find the source of this madness. Calm down and report what exactly is happening there. The moaning earth, the purple glow in the sky, fires crashing on the ground from above and turning all they touch into ice. A terrible noise sweeping through the cities and killing anyone who hears it. The furious storms has covered half the continent, but we can see its epicenter from orbit, the ruins of the Xenos structure complex. What we thought to be the debris of buildings has turned out to be a machine. And now it rouses from its sleep, emitting blue and purple lights from the spheres fused into it. The only relatively safe area are those part of the corrupted sector that have been scarred by our weapons. For some reasons there are fewer anomalies there than in other places. The deadly spirits have become more material, and now everyone can see that they are not dancing, they are fighting and chanting two names, Halcyon and Cassidy. Thankfully there are much fewer of them than they were before. Gaps have even appeared in the horrifying cyclone of dance twisting about the epicenter. What do we know about this cataclysm? The leader of the Inquisition squad, Lady Sue, did not grace us with a full report since she has been hastily preparing for the expedition into the heart of the anomaly, but she mysteriously claims that we have become witnesses to an ancient feud between Xenos, and in spite of our unfamiliarity with their conflict, it is important to choose our ally in the struggle wisely, whatever that means. All the wretches in custody have instantaneously gone mad. We cannot pull a modicum of information from them, even though we have a sense that they understand what is happening much better than we do. Okay, so they understand what's happening more than we do. Okay, so we have two choices here. Awareness and Imperium. Luckily we are high in both. Send the best in forces. My people shall help Lady Sue break into the heart of the storm. Send the best in forces into the heart of the storm. We'll do Imperium. My people shall help Lady Sue. We succeed. The escort squad reports that the people of Lady Sue are demonstrating incredible skill, swiftly dealing with the anomalies and advancing toward the epicenter. Our people have reached the Xenos ruins that once served as either a palace or a gargantuan machine. They have encountered an extremely high concentration of spirits. It appears the spirits are fighting among themselves, with two particularly vivid ghostly figures among them. One of these prominent spirits radiates blue light and seems to be clad in Eldari armor. The other is engulfed in purple flames and clad in Xenos ceremonial raiment. They utterly sound reminiscent of Eldari speech, but any attempts to translate them have proven unsuccessful thus far. It is an old dialect from a time before the fall. Order your warriors to aid the spirit bridged in blue. In fights for the Liliathan's purity against the despicable sorcery, even an echo of this spirit's voice is enough to understand that its cause is just. I can teach your people how to explain to the blue spirits that they are not their enemy. What does it matter what those spirits are babbling about? They both must be slain. At the Edvardsson, turn to your warriors and inspire them to fight for their home to the very last. They have already made sacrifices to get this far, so remind them what those sacrifices were for. Lady Sue intends to fight both sides of this spirit conflict, but your soldiers are awaiting for you to confirm her orders. Tell the squad to support the blue spirit. Elliot, make sure the men know the right words. The scouts attacked, destroying the purple spirit one after another. The blue phantoms recognized their new allies and did not harm them. Once the battle was over, the dignified spirit, swathed in blue flames, reached out to the scouts' thoughts, granting them visions. The planet, which was inhabited by an Eldari prior to the fall, at some point became one of the many theatres of the war between sensual excess. The dogma that reigned over the Xenos of that time, and ascetic self-restraint. The local ruler, Kessie, was enlightened and wise, yet susceptible to depravity. In his desire to transfer his soul to another form of existence, he created a mechanism that would let him take over the bodies and minds of all his people. One of the ruler's bodyguards, named Halcyon, rose against the tyrant and mortally wounded him, but could not stop him from merging with the machine. Halcyon then gave his life to bind his own spirit to the device and continue fighting therein. This tragic conflict marked the end of all Eldari on the planet, but preserved an echo of their souls for those of their leaders. Then the spirit disappeared, but for how long? The bodies of the fallen and a strange relic discovered amid the ruins were the only proof that, for a single day, Janus was once more engulfed in war between long-fallen Xenos. Weird place. Let's see here. What are we doing? Profit factor down. Don't like that. Efficiency up. We'll take this one. Execute. Call to arms. It is time for the Dragonus nobility to forget their feuds and take up arms in defense of their native world. Very good. Oh, it's a power armor. 80%, we'll take in that. I would have taken that ages ago if I knew. Yes, we can take this. Everything is good on this one. Lord Captain, there has been an act of sabotage on Kiavagama. The cult of the Final Dawn has invaded the planet, cultivated a pack of schismaticals in the bowels of the manufacturums, and set them upon us. The attack was so sudden that we almost lost all the workshops, but we had help. Some entries, already being called data angels, have invaded the cogitational network, seized the cognitators and servitors, and used them to repel the first onslaught of the schismaticals. Now, there is a fierce struggle taking place all over the planet. The noospheres of the world is boiling. Fortunately, we received information about the impending attack at the last moment. The signal was intercepted in the warp by Cubis Delphim's machine. What did the cultists infiltrate my? How did the cultists infiltrate my world? This was a part of a coordinated attack that hit the entire expanse. The heretics must have been preparing for a long time. Heretics. What do we know about these data angels? Not much. Not much. They are machine spirits, beings born from the art of data smithing. They charge into battle chanting the same binaric mantra that the participants of Procedure 0C chanted. Who the hell are they? But there are not many nodes where they can reside, perhaps because we destroyed the cell used in Procedure OC. This is quite beneficial to us, should we choose to refuse the aid of these strange creatures. I wish to hear the opinions of my officers and advisors. The manufacturums of Kiavagama are equipped with backup cognitators to ensure the continuity of production in emergency. The severity of the situation authorized the disruption of the service of algorithms, and I am prepared to sanction a ritual that will allow the data angels of the Omnissiah to absorb the cognitators, computing power to combat these wicked spirits. Let's see. Pascal sanctioned the ritual of bounding with the backup cognitators. Demolition. The data angels must be banished. Now, we're doing the backup cognitators. Succeed. The request to perform the sacrament is accepted and will be fulfilled immediately. Having gained access to the cognitional reserves and after being infused with power, the data angels change at the schematicals. The hordes of data spirits were tech exorcised and exterminated, and the afflicted mechanisms purged and restored. The tech priests gave praise to the Omnissiahs for protection and the production algorithm from severe disruption. After banishing the schematicals, the data angels withdrew inside the cognitional network. I hope. Leaving the servants of the Omnissiah to guess at who or what these beings were. Let's see, we get weapons on this one. Sacred Flame. We get security and efficiency. This is profit factor. Let's do profit factor. Splat. There we go. Alright. What was I doing? I went here to go... Yeah, we were going over there. Warp travel. Alright. Plus steel, we don't really need that. Yeah, we've been here. We've been everywhere. Xenotech. We're low on weapons, that's what we're low on. Let's see here. Xenotech was 9. You know what? We have several. We'll do one here. We must have a reason to be here. So we save. So I don't understand. I thought we had a reason to be here. Or did I need to jump one more time? Yeah. Yes, I needed to jump one more time. The engines decks were transformed into exotic gardens. Several chambers sprouted foliage vaguely resembling the plants on Terra. Although they exhibited a glass-like surface polished to a mirror sheen, while reflections in the planets perfectly copied the surrounding objects. They did not show a single living being. Those who peered into them saw grotesque blood-covered creatures instead. Not unlike bloated abyssal fish with a pair of clawed limbs. Sometimes more unable to destroy the sinister growth, the Voidmen covered it with plasteel hoods until leaving the Immaterium, finally ridding the vessel of the corruption. Okay, let's see what we have here. Or if I'm just flying around without reason. So we're going to the planet? What the hell? This must be a place that I've already visited, like an excellent place to hide for one's ill-gotten gains, prying eyes. Stay sharp. They will not be happy to see us here. Okay, survive. Okay, let's see what this is.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
5, 4, 3, 2, it's time.
I'm enraged!
Throne, take me. Okay, we just got some simple injuries. Abelard fell apart. So that was this. I thought this was gonna be worse. Let's make a save, just in case. I don't know. The damage wasn't high, so this is probably we would. I have a feeling we should have been here earlier.
I better myself through my service.
But I had no idea that we could revisit planets with new events. A fragment of an orc energy weapon capable of teleporting targets using warp energy, roughly sawed off with a lath cutter. Cannot be repaired. The partially strong orc werehulking impenetrable armor completed with a lethal weapon. Not entirely. This is similar to a power claw.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Adeptus Astartes equipment. Yeah, this is for the Space Marine. So it's not the old stuff, it's new.
This is out of the ordinary.
Duty prevails.
A self-propelled rail carriage that once transported hive residents between stations. Goods. Needle rifle. What else is this? Eldari equipment.
When Fenris is in battle, oceans bleed.
The question is why he has it. Why did he have it? There are handprints on the dusty surface. Something was recently taken from here. Somebody carefully polished shards of Eldari rifles and chainswords. There is a label with an individual number attached to every piece. Somebody help. Well, sorry for waiting and watching. The fresh corpse is fancy attired, likely that of an adventurer rather than a smuggler.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
So what is this?
Stay faithful and you will be rewarded. The Emperor gave me a vision.
What is that? Is that? Still breathing, I hope. I plan to draw out your suffering. Make you beg for mercy the way my boys begged when they were dying from your bastard Xeno stories.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling. Cast your eye there.
In truth, Mistress Haydari, I find it hard to believe that a ne'er-do-well such as yourself could be successful in any field, even smuggling.
In truth, Master Viserion, I find it hard to believe that anyone would put out for a boar such as yourself. But you've somehow managed to sire a whole gaggle of offspring.
Nice comeback, Jay.
One and it's done.
According to the labels, the containers with insulated uniforms and snowshoes were to be delivered to the Astra Militarum quartermaster on the frozen world Senerag 2. The spinky Xeno chest looks like a chunky of solid rock with no cracks or fractures. One side is decorated with the maw of some hideous creature.
Let us walk this path to the end.
The grav bike has been gently washed clean of traces of spot and blood. Soot and blood. The attached label reads, ordered by Master MLD. Okay, so that's I think we're Xenoslore 5% Ulfar. What the hell is this? Multi-key.
The All-Father created me for carnage, not for this.
This contraption was assembled by a madman. The components do not match one another and only serve to confuse the confound. But you manage to spot the hidden trigger in time. It's a trap. Okay. Well.
Know your duty.
You managed to make out a Medusa's limp tentacles through the mucky glass. The parasite has died regardless of what it was being kept here for. Okay, something.
Must be my smuggler's instincts.
The containers are stuffed to the brim with dry rations and corpse starch. Such quantity of provisions could feed a small detachment for months.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Let's check this out.
Job for me.
The table is strewn with expertly forged seals. Adeptus Administratum's forms, Astra Militarum's entry passes, and even an inquisitorial rosette. Okay. Let's see.
The divine watches over us.
So these are red. Can't loot them,
Out of the ordinary.
which makes them probably enemies, I'm guessing.
Join me in prayer. The burden of failure is the most terrible punishment. Pain cleanses the body. Failed.
Better crippled in body than corrupt in mind.
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Okay, how much damage did she failed everything? Melting. Broken ribs. Crippled leg. Yeah, she's gonna be useless in the next fight.
I will endure.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
What the hell's that? Corpus Carry Oath. 30 to 40. It's an arc rifle. 2 cells of the main target. Pretty powerful though, 30 to 40. No armor pen though. Drukari. Victim's Sorrow. Okay, I don't know if it was worth it, but we're getting a bunch of stuff, so
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
These corpses? These fine lads and lasses paid the price for my greed. As for your lives, we'll both be receiving the Emperor's punishment, that you can be certain.
Through pain, hardship, we prove our devotion.
god damn it. Okay, I'm okay, let's see
I've
here.
seen a lot of innocent people. I've yet to see someone remain so after an interrogation.
No medici needed. Just give me some milk.
Let's try
Get back
one.
to fighting.
Injuries will not slow me.
Still have crippled leg. I took 2. Decent. Okay, we'll save here, just because we used equipment.